We are here with another beer. A beer from your mates, but not your mates that you know, but
Larry.
the Brewing Company. They started out with this one. It seemed like a really fun brewery as far as their attitude's just like
pretty chill.
whatever.
It's brewing beer. You're not saving the world.
But yeah, they have these fun little can ideas with all these little characters, it's fun. It's a really smart way to go about selling beer to people. Feels like
the one thing
this beer has character.
The one issue I do have with this is it says everyone has a mate called Larry. I don't. I had trouble relating.
I think it's not the literal Larry.
Oh, isn't it?
It's the ideological Larry.
Silly me. I took it too literally. Anyway, it's 18 IBU, 4.8%. It's a pale. Cheers to Simon from Keo Transport. He's a regular at our workplace, and he came in with a 4-pack of these and goes, "Here you go, try those." He's my Larry.
He's the Larry.
He's the Larry.
Oh, look, straight away, this far away, you can just smell passion fruit.
Yeah,
It says
real
fruit
good.
salad aromas.
It is real good on the nose. I will give it that.
That's incredible.
That's a great introduction to this beer. There's no real heaviness to it, and you can see that in the way it looks. It's pretty clear.
And it is absolutely just clean.
Yeah.
It's really fruit forward with those hoppy tropical flavors. Very light bodied, highly sessionable. And it does finish on a malty backbone.
Yeah, I got the malt bitterness at the end there. It doesn't linger too long.
No, which is what I like. Usually,
It's just there.
when a multi flavor finishes, I'm not a massive fan of it. Sometimes I can find it either too...
I get worried the sweetness overpowers there, but since it's got it's a real bitter malt.
It's reminiscent of your dad's drinks, but it's your mate's drinks instead.
You were pretty blown away by this
I was blown
one.
away by it.
Yep.
I didn't expect this kind of pale. Calling back to the previous generation of beer,
That's
all your drafts. It's definitely got a little nod to
It
what
certainly
has come
does.
as far as Australian beer is concerned.
And I think as much as that's probably one of its better points, that's probably the point that I like the least about it. I feel it's too light-bodied. And I have trouble with a lot of pales and tropicals where they're like, oh, you can taste, what's it say? You can taste passion fruit, pineapple, and mango. I can taste the passion fruit. I tried to taste the other fruits, and I really thought about it while I was sitting there, like, where is it? Where's that other fruit? Couldn't really find it. I just don't like where they like rattle off all these different fruits that you taste and you don't actually taste it.
Yeah, it's really...
It's not to say it hasn't got fruit in there. It's got really great citrus tones. Just when it was like, here's the 3 of them that you get, and I only get one of them, I was a bit like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like you feel that it was oversold to you.
Yeah.
I didn't read any of the notes for it before trying it, so I was just met with this delicious passion fruity flavor, really clean, and here's a malty finish that just really complements the
I do get a bit of
forward flavor.
like with the malt finish. I was getting a bit of like a pine and grass kind of tone right at the end there. You don't often find those blended so well. It's either pretty well like fruit forward or like pine grass tones, earthy tones forward.
It is a sessionable beer. I'd straight up give it a 5 out of 5 on sessionability.
Same as this.
It's very easy to drink. Bitterness, it's not there, so it's just basically a 1
I gave it a 1.
Yeah, purely just because it's not there, but I just don't find it needs to be.
Enough. Like the bitter hit at the end does not last long enough for it to be really that noticeable. It's just there to stop it from turning into like a golden ale and being really sweet at the end.
Yeah. And then the finish, I really like the finish, so I gave it a 4.
So you gave it a 4. I gave it a 1 just because I feel, not because I think it's bad. There's not a real big finish to it. It's just like, that's your bitterness, your earth tone's gone.
It doesn't invite you to sip it again in the sense of that kind of sessionability. It's just, it doesn't sit heavy. It sits lightly.
It is very easy to drink.
You just want to drink it.
Yeah.
And then overall, I just gave it a 4 out of 5. Really, I would like more bitterness, but if I wanted more bitterness, there's plenty of beers that do that. So what's the point of this being bitter when you can get that exact same beer in another brewer?
I gave it a 3 because it's good. It's just a good beer. Had a few bad points that I brought up about it, but it's not a bad beer by any means. I was maybe just expecting something different. Yeah. Would you drink it again? I mean, you said you.
Yes,
you probably would.
yeah.
Would you go and seek this out? Would you go specifically to a bottle shop to get it?
I don't know. I feel like I don't go out specifically for a beer anymore,
no.
but
Not for. Well, we do to get.
I do if it's like trying to go.
You know, if
find
you're a
something
regular
new.
person
I was a
that was as knowledgeable about craft beers as we've become, and you were like, I need a brew for the weekend. Summertime, particular, that's what this is suited to. You'd go particular for this?
Like, if this was in one of my options of beers I really like, I would easily, happily go grab it again.
I put down that I would drink it if someone was like, dude, I got some Larry's. I'd be like, yeah, cool. Sure. Even if I saw it on a shelf in a bottle shop, I'd probably walk past and be like, oh, that was a nice beer. And then grab this other one beside it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a good beer. It's worth a try. Definitely worth a try. If you're a fan of dry,
clean beer, this is the
finishes,
beer for you.
yeah, definitely. This is definitely your kind of pale. Or maybe it's your mate's pale. Buy some and share them with your mate Larry.
Exactly.
We've been Schooner and Hopp.
We sure have.
Thanks again, Simon. You're a legend.
Follow us on Instagram.
We got a podcast as well, Schooner and Hopp Tasting Notes. That'll be up next week. Because this will be up this week. And that'll be up next week. We did previously have a podcast, which I'm pretty sure we plugged. That's gone now. Enjoy the new one.
Happy 1 year of Schooner and Hopp.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.